of America to taste an afternoon of excellence. And on the 8th of February, 1987, this is the hottest ticket in town. As they arrive, they know it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It just matters that they are here to watch it. And these are the players they will be watching. We will be watching. Ladies and gentlemen, the 24 greatest basketball players in the world. And here comes the Western All-Stars. They will be greeted by 32,000 basketball fans who must think they have died and gone to heaven this afternoon in Seattle.
16th NBA All-Star Game. One of the greatest players of all time. 7'2" center of the Los Angeles Lakers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Making his first All-Star appearance, he's helped make the Golden State Warriors playoff contenders. 7'1" center, Joe Barry Carroll. Playing in his 6th NBA All-Star game, one of the top scorers in the league, from the Phoenix Suns, 6'6" guard, Walter Davis. Making his All-Star game debut, another member of the Golden State Warriors, 6'3" guard, Eric Sleepy Floyd. In his 6th All-Star game, one of the most consistent players in the league, 6'7" forward from the Denver Nuggets, Alex English. Appearing in his 3rd All-Star game, he's one of the best shooting guards in the NBA today. From the Dallas Mavericks, 6'6", Rolando Blackman. Making his 2nd All-Star appearance, the high-scoring forward of the Dallas Mavericks, 6'6", Mark Aguirre. Now the starting lineup for the Western Conference. Selected to start by the fans, but unable to be here today due to injury, the Houston Rockets' Ralph Sampson. Starting in his place and making his first All-Star appearance, the versatile forward from the hometown Seattle Supersonics, Tom Chambers. Playing in his 2nd NBA All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9" forward, James Worthy. Starting at center, he and Sampson comprise the Twin Towers of the defending Western Conference champs. 7 feet from the Houston Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. The guard, starting in his 2nd straight All-Star game, 6'4", from the San Antonio Spurs, Alvin Robertson. And the leading vote-getter in the West, making his 7th All-Star appearance, from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Earvin Magic Johnson. Trainer for the West squad, from the hometown Seattle Supersonics, Frank Furtado. Assistant coaches from the Los Angeles Lakers, Bill Bertka and Randy Fund. And head coach from the Los Angeles Lakers, Pat Riley. And now, the 1987 Eastern Conference All-Stars. In his 7th straight All-Star appearance, the center of the defending world champion Boston Celtics, 7 feet, Robert Parrish. Playing in his 1st NBA All-Star game, the dynamic forward of the Philadelphia 76ers, 6'6", Charles Barkley. In his 2nd consecutive All-Star appearance, the sharp shooting guard of the Washington Bullets, 6'4", Jeff Malone. In his 3rd All-Star appearance, he's the trusty point guard of the Philadelphia 76ers, 6'1", Maurice Cheeks. Appearing in his 4th All-Star game, one of the best rebounders in the league today. From the Detroit Pistons, 6 feet 11, Bill Laimbeer. Playing in his 3rd All-Star game and enjoying his best season as a pro, from the Boston Celtics, 6'10", Kevin McHale. In his 6th All-Star appearance, the MVP of last year's game at Dallas, from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1" guard, Isaiah Thomas. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. Making his 2nd consecutive All-Star appearance, the acrobatic forward of the Atlanta Hawks, 6'7", Dominique Wilkins. At the other forward, the league's most valuable player for the past 3 seasons, from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. Starting at center and playing his 9th NBA All-Star contest, from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the leading All-Star vote getter and the league's leading scorer, from the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. Making his 11th and final NBA All-Star appearance, one of the greatest players in the history of the game, from the Philadelphia 76ers, 6'7" guard, Julius Erving. Trainer for the East squad is Jeff Snedeker of the Milwaukee Bucks. Assistant coaches from the Boston Celtics, Jimmy Rogers and Chris Ford. And head coach, also from the Boston Celtics, K.C. Jones. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, the National Basketball
The 37th annual NBA All-Star Game.
Moses Malone and Akeem Olajuwon jump it up. And it's West ball. Alvin Robertson and Magic Johnson in the backcourt. Dr. J is on Alvin Robertson on the early matchup. Jordan is on Magic. And Tom Chambers missed a chance to get a roar from the crowd.
Oh, boy, that would have gotten him off in fine fashion here in front of this crowd.
Chambers is guarding Larry Bird. Jordan, Moses Malone, and Akeem. And Moses teaching Akeem something, and he taught him in Houston many years ago.
You know, Dick, an all-star to me is a guy that uses some kind of physical advantage or mental advantage to get the opportunities to score or rebound.
Moses Malone gets the 2nd basket of the ball game, and Jordan steals the ball. Misses the layup, and now it's a 5-on-4 for the West. Akeem. Good pass to Robertson, who's fouled inside.
You know, I kind of break these people down into categories, Dick. There's guys that I call wide bodies that use their strength to get open, and there's some leapers, of which this man might be one at the foul line, Alvin Robertson, who use their ability to leap over people. He's also got some quickness that he throws on his defenders.
He leads the NBA in steals, and he made it on his defensive abilities, which shows you how far the league has come, particularly in the eyes of the public, to be voted as a starting guard.
Now, here's the premier leaper in the league, bringing the ball up right now, Michael Jordan.
This is a great matchup with a great defensive player and Robertson on Jordan. Julius Erving with his first basket. The doctor, who has won MVP award twice in this All-Star game.
Now, Magic is the guy that's going to try and create tempo for the West squad. And the lineup for the East guards really doesn't have a good push man in there, as well as Isaiah.
Robertson converts on James Worthy's miss from the corner, and it's 6-4. Robertson has all 4 points for the West. Malone has 4 of the 6 for the East. Julius, and overplaying was Magic Johnson, trying to deny the pass, and he commits the foul.
You watch Alvin Robertson just create some space for himself. He may not have out-leaped Dr. J, but he knew how to create some space for himself.
Julius making it as a guard, voted by the fans, and maybe his numbers weren't all that great, but it shows you how popular he is and has been for so many years. Doctor misses in Bird and Chambers battle. Bird keeps it alive. Chambers with a good defensive job. Three-point range for Larry. He won it yesterday. Missed shot. East gets back defensively. Magic Johnson all the way. Robertson. Dominique. Dave Cowan amongst the luminaries. Chambers, a good three-point shooter. But there's Akeem for the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the line.
Foul is charged to Moses Malone.
Akeem Olajuwon, I'll tell you, absolutely one of the wide bodies in the league right now. Super strength. I think probably next to Moses Malone, the strongest center in the league, and really coming on. I think in the other phases of the games that will prove how great he will be.
And one thing we will see today, according to Pat Riley, we will see Akeem Olajuwon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the lineup at the same time, with Akeem playing a lot of power forward today, so that'll be interesting. East leading by 2 with 9:20 remaining in the first period.
Real challenge to Michael Jordan, who's usually a number 2 guard, to become the playmaker of this unit for the East.
Wilkins, short, he said. Malone hurt him and converts for his third hoop.
That was one wide body getting the offensive rebound, Moses Malone.
Magic Johnson with a fancy play to Robertson. He's surrounded by red jerseys, and Worthy swoops in. They're crashing the boards early on here, and a foul. Both sides are hitting the boards hard, and Worthy went in. And James will go to the line. So Worthy, who was a starter last year, on the line.
As Worthy, a real leaper, and there's another leaper. Robertson comes away with it. But look how nicely Dr. J makes him lose his balance, where he ends up fouling him.
Worthy scored 20 points in his initial All-Star start a year ago. Not amongst the leaders in any department this year, but an offensive threat from the perimeter and inside. Foul was on Bird, so Bird, Moses, and Irving with a personal. 2-point shot by Bird, way off the mark. Worthy quickly to Robertson. Jordan was gambling, and a 3-on-1, and Larry Bird made a great play getting his hands on the ball. But he throws it away, and that's the kind of errant play you might see early for a bunch of guys who haven't had a chance to practice.
Well, I call the next category of players basketball brains, and Larry Bird epitomizes that. What a defensive play. That was all basketball knowledge making that happen.
Moses has Akeem where he wants him. Chambers. Bird was all over him with a fine blanket job on defense. Chambers gets the ball back. They're playing full court defense, it seems, as Chambers still doesn't get the roll, and this crowd is awaiting to erupt. Not yet for Tom Chambers. He's missed his first 4 shots.
You get a little tight when it's your first one.
Inside, Wilkins. Did not hit the rim. Magic. Great pass to James Worthy. He's done that many times before.
Magic is the original creator in this ball game.
And the doctor gets the basket and draws the foul.
Here's Magic reading defenses. He's going to create a great opening there for James Worthy. Makes everybody react to him. That leaves Worthy wide open on the baseline. And they do that an awful lot with the Lakers, don't they?
Just like in games in the regular season. The foul is on Olajuwon, and here is Julius Irving, who joins Bob Pettit and Rick Barry as the only players who have been on the All-Star team every year in their careers. West ice cold. East leading by 3.
Well, they're sure trying to get Chambers a couple of points here.
Wilkins nearly stole the ball. It's still West possession with 7:20 remaining, and he'll come in the game before long. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his 16th All-Star game. Chambers finally hits.
And there's Magic coming up the court, pointing the finger, saying, okay, welcome to the All-Star game.
That may be the last shot they'll give him. Moses Malone missing outside, and Chambers boxes out and gets the rebound, but throws a bad pass into the hands of Moses. 3-on-3. Dominique goes up high. Wilkins has had a bad back, did not take part in the slam dunk contest yesterday. Timeout, and throughout the afternoon, we will show you some of the players and what they regard as the greatest influences in their basketball careers. And coming out, you'll hear what Michael Jordan has to say about his greatest influence.
The biggest influence on my professional skills, the basketball skills, was my brother Larry.
And seeing him perform on the court is like a part of me. You know, I didn't make it play any big-time college basketball, but I got the chance to follow him around and watch him do well, and I'm happy.
And he used to beat me all the time, being at 5'7", and I was maybe 5'10".
I probably taught him more than anything else is determination. I was determined that I wasn't going to let this guy beat me until he grew a few inches, and then I really didn't have any choice but to take a back seat.
His career and had a record vote, and so pleased to be back healthy. Must have been eating him up inside not to be able to be part of this last year.
Sure was, because he is a first-class competitor. Here's a key man coming in the ballgame right now, Isaiah, which will help put both teams on an equal footing with the creators, the runners of the fast break. He's probably the best man on the East has to create fast break opportunities.
Now in the game for the East,
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Says the fans want to see freedom, and that's his kind of game. 14-12, the East Stars lead, and Olajuwon gets his own rebound. Ties the game.
Olajuwon is a wide body, a leaper, and a jet. He can get it up and down the court.
And that's why people say that he has assumed the mantle of the best center in the NBA. Bird is open, top of the key. And the rebound by Olajuwon. Bird has still not scored. Olajuwon has 5 rebounds. Chambers to Alvin Robertson. They collide, and Alvin Robertson hits. So Robertson of the San Antonio Spurs, they're the hottest team in the NBA. They've won 7 in a row and 9 of their last 10. Moses. And the loose ball, last touch by the West. East ball, and coming into the ball game is Mark Aguirre replacing James Worthy, one of those guys you talked about who has been a consistent scorer with something to prove here.
I'll tell you, he has been, in my opinion, one of the outstanding forwards in the league for the last several years, but because Dallas hasn't done well, he's never been in these All-Star games.
They're doing well now. The Mavericks 30-16 on the year. Dominique, short. And Wilkins saves it to Irving. Julius Irving, who has 7 points and is the game's high scorer as the East ties the game at 16. Nearly a steal. Aguirre's in trouble, hemmed in. Chambers hits his second basket of the ballgame.
That was all made possible by Mark Aguirre and his basketball brain, seeing the double team and finding the open man.
There you are, some brains, some brawn, some leapers, and some who have the whole package pointed out. Bird. They're going to call a push. And more substitutions. Kevin McHale and Bill Laimbeer come into the ball game for the East, and Kareem for the West.
Just Dr. J using what he does best, his leaping ability, and he's still got it. And right over the top of Olajuwon for the easy one.
McHale and Bill Laimbeer.
And Walter Davis comes into the ball game replacing Alvin Robertson to give the West some size in the backcourt. 2 of the 3 Celtics are in the game, and Larry Bird finally gets on the board with under 5 minutes to go in the first period.
One of the toughest things for both coaches is to filter people into the ball game and still keep it competitive.
They do that a lot in the first half. In the second half, they get more into game situations. Davis missed the jumper. Bird pushing it up, finds Thomas, and Thomas is tripped. 4:41 remaining in the first period, and Isaiah Thomas will go to the line. MVP last year. Back twice in the last 5 years. Charles Barkley, who should make this place rock, is getting set to come into the ball game representing the 76ers, and Jeff Malone will also come in, the guard from the Bullets.
I think Isaiah is so important to this team because he has the great speed. What he does during the regular season is put that speed on you to make it happen and create opening for his Piston teammates.
Julius goes out. He scored 7 points and looked good here. He's replaced by Malone. Isaiah Thomas says, I hope people keep looking at the Detroit Pistons as a big secret the way they've played so far. They're tied with Atlanta for the lead in the Central Division. I don't think they're a secret anymore.
I think that team is going to be very tough coming down the stretch, the Pistons.
Eric Sleepy Floyd in his first All-Star game has come in the backcourt for the West. Chambers finds Kareem, guarded by Lane Beer. Barkley doubles. Chambers for three. And Tom Chambers, 7 points, is the high scorer for the West All-Stars, who lead by 1, 21-20. And Isaiah, trying to create and penetrate, draws the foul again as Joe Barry Carroll, who is featured in our preview show, in his first All-Star appearance, replaces Chambers, who gets a hand.
Joe Barry Carroll, who has come into this game, I don't know whether I understand it myself, but he has got some real outstanding offensive skills. When he first came into the league, a lot of people said he can't play defense, but when he was at Purdue, he used to get in foul trouble all the time trying to play defense. He showed me he wanted to play defense.
22nd timeout, and Joe Barry Carroll has been kind of a problem for the coaches at Golden State until now, and George Karl says he has come in and come through in the fourth period and Golden improved clubs, and people talk about potential coaches of the year. What about Bernie Bickerstaff and the job he's done with the hometown Sonics, who were supposed to be one of the 3 worst teams in the league?
The mass infusion of new talent, how to organize it quickly, and he has.
Thomas, 1 free throw, 21 all. The game is tied. 4:10 remaining in the first period. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn, 37th annual All-Star game here at the Kingdome in Seattle. Barkley is on Aguirre. A lot of beef there. But Aguirre hits the shot. He's the leading scorer on the Maverick team.
His favorite move that time. Spread out, create some room for yourself to jump away and get the shot off.
Barkley is hit inside. Joe Barry Carroll was there.
I tell you, I love to watch Charles Barkley play. I think he's got the ability to become one of the premier players in the history of the league. He's got that huge body, he can leap, and he's actually becoming a very experienced ball handler and almost at the creator stage. He's creating opportunities for his teammates.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the personal foul. So Charles Barkley, who leads the NBA in rebounding and field goal percentage, and the last player who wound up leading the league in those departments was Wilt Chamberlain in his last year back in 1973. Barkley misses both free throws. Barkley's a forward. Wilt was a center. West by 2. Walter Davis finds Kareem. I don't think Kareem was expecting that pass. Jeff Malone found the wrong man. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his first basket, and the West up by 5, 25-21.
Can't you see that chuckle on Kareem's face? That's an easy 2.
At his age, he'll take all of those he can get. Barkley, up in the middle, draws the foul. But a lot of penetration down the middle so far in this ball game.
I'll tell you, Isaiah Thomas makes things happen. He created a little opportunity there for Charles Barkley with the pick and roll. As soon as anybody leans towards Isaiah and somebody makes a move to the hoop, they will get the ball from this man.
2 personals on Kareem and Charles Barkley, who's been the big gun for the Philadelphia 76ers, who have been having their problems as of late.
Well, they missed Jeff Ruland, of course, the Sixers. They made that deal, and they figured he was the kingpin in that whole deal to strengthen their middle. And I think had Ruland been able to play, we've been seeing a different 76er ball club.
They trailed the Celtics by 6.5 games at the All-Star break in the Atlantic. Sleepy Floyd. Isaiah was gambling for the steal. Walter Davis. The rebound by Thomas. 4 on 3. Thomas on the wing looked for Barkley, and they couldn't hold on to it, and it's West ball.
Timeout East.
2 minutes and 58 seconds show on the clock in the first period, and the West leads
Ladies
the
and
East.
gentlemen, for your continued enjoyment.
Teams. What is it like in the huddle talking to all these great players?
Well, you know, you don't really have much time to go over the basic game plan, so you set up a couple of things. And Pat Riley right now and Casey Jones is saying, look, guys, let's keep this in balance now. Let's play the good defense, and let's control the boards.
KC is 3-1 in All-Star games. Riley the other way around, 1-3. Floyd misses, and Lane Beer the rebound. Lane Beer was the leading rebounder in the league 2 years ago. Good pass, Thomas. McHale to Barkley, and that's the best we've seen so far.
Advance that ball fast, you bet Isaiah does it.
And a good return from Kevin McHale. Aguirre double team. Barkley knocks it out of bounds. We've had 5 ties in this first period. Kareem setting a screen for Walter Davis. And Walter Davis hits the jump shot. 2 Lakers watching proceedings as the West regains the lead.
You got to play tough defense on Isaiah Thomas.
They isolated him on one side, and Jeff Malone hits the other side. Jeff Malone, one of the best outside shooting guards in the league. Aguirre finds Joe Barry Carroll.
2 minutes in the quarter.
And Malone gets the rebound. Jeff, and under 2 minutes remain in the first period. Thomas to his teammate Lane Beer on the Pistons. Kareem clears. Now here's Floyd of Golden State. Almost had his pocket picked by Thomas, and a three-point attempt missed by Aguirre. And he lost the ball. Got a little too fancy in the corner, did Mark Aguirre.
You don't see a wide body like that putting the ball between his legs like Aguirre can, I'll tell you. That's pretty nifty stuff.
Lloyd on Thomas. Malone coming off a pick. Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, here.
I think he sees a few tight ends in there and maybe a defensive back or 2.
Kareem was double teamed. Good pass. Walter Davis to Joe Barry Carroll. Couldn't convert. Barkley quickly gets it out to Jeff Malone. He's got McHale inside. Look at that pass to Lane Beer.
Yeah. That's Isaiah at his best.
And you know, the pass to McHale wasn't a good one, and McHale had to ad-lib to get the ball to Isaiah, who set it up.
Well, McHale's got great hands on the wing.
29-27, a lot of pushing going on as Aguirre and Isaiah Thomas, who are 2 of the closest friends, along with Magic, you'll see.
You watch McHale's play here. Malone puts it behind him. McHale can just about hold it. Gives it to Isaiah, who spots his teammate Lambier streaking up the court, and that's a lot of streaking for Lambier.
Called the foul on Aguirre, and his good buddy Thomas now is on the line.
2 for Isaiah Thomas.
You know, Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson are such close friends, too, that this game is of importance to them because they both like to control the pace and tempo of the game. And they talk about it, I think, during the summers when they're out playing against each other. Who did the best in the All-Star game?
The East with the lead. Time remaining first period. Looking for Kareem, Lane Beer, with his work cut out for him. There it is, the skyhook.
Why more people don't imitate that shot? When he turns to the right side, nobody can defend him.
Lane Beer, you got to play him honest. He's a good outside shooting big man. Jeff Malone in the middle, cut off nicely by Davis. There's Lane Beer hitting the outside shot.
Bill Lane Beer.
And with 20 seconds to go, it's 33-29, the East in front.
Sleepy Floyd has been the guy that's tried to pick up the creative ability of Magic.
He had good penetration there, allowed Kareem to be wide open. Joe Barry Carroll shot blocked by McHale. 1 second to go, and that'll do it.
That's the end of the
Well, the
quarter.
last 3 years, the West has had the lead after 1 period. But right here at Seattle, it's the East. 33-29 after 1 in the All-Star game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Live from Seattle, the NBA All-Star Game is...
This game, he said yesterday, he says, I'm too nice for an All-Star game. I want everyone to play, but right this time, I'm here to win. And so we'll see if Pat follows up on that.
You know, I think Pat Riley is the most creative man in the NBA in knowing how to use speed in both aspects of the game, offense and defense.
The West hanging in there with that poor shooting in the first period, trailing by only 4, could be a good omen for them. Floyd giving Thomas all he can handle. Davis got a piece of it, and there's Kevin McHale. Is there anyone that can defend McHale really in this league?
Well, when they try to match size up with him, he can out-quick those guys, and he's got such a smart basketball brain that he picks you apart. He's really got all his moves down.
Kareem with another hook and a foul. No more than 4 points had separated either team before McHale's basket to start things off in the second period. Laimbeer commits the foul, and here is Kareem.
2 shots for Abdul-Jabbar.
16 All-Star games, more than anyone in history. Never been an MVP, though.
I'll tell you, he is the only 7-foot-plus creator that I've seen play the game. He's probably the most effective passing center in the history of any type of basketball. He has created more easy baskets for his teammates, Milwaukee and the Lakers.
Jeff Malone missing from the corner on a 2-point attempt. Here comes the West. Sleepy Floyd lost the ball. And now it's 3-on-2. Barkley on the wing. Couldn't hold on, slowed it down. Jeff Malone back to Isaiah Thomas, who got a great arc against the big guy inside, and Thomas now has 7 points, ties him with Irving. With the scoring lead in the East, Tom Chambers leads the West with 7.
And Malone did a great job of finding Isaiah on that play.
Floyd, 2-point shot for Sleepy Floyd.
Sleepy Floyd.
37-33 the East. Laimbeer. Floyd, and it's 4-on-2 West. Down the middle, Sleepy Floyd gets the basket and draws the foul. And he's looked good. His first All-Star game in this game so far.
Laimbeer is second.
Laimbeer picks up another foul. Pretty move.
Here's Floyd. I mean, he comes strong. He splits the 2 Pistons in this game and creates an opening for himself. He's got blazing speed, Sleepy Floyd. And plus these herky-jerky moves that he gets you leaning one way and a little bit off balance, and boy, then he accelerates.
Into the ball game, we have 2 guards. Rolando Blackman from the Dallas Mavericks and Maurice Cheeks
1 shot
of the Philadelphia 76ers. Maybe the pure best point guard in the game. So Cheeks of Philadelphia in there, and so is Blackman. Missed the free throw. West with possession. Aguirre is fouled. Talking about guards.
Well, here's the guy, Bob Cousy, that originated the middleman role. He's talking to one of his wingmen on the fast break way back then. Havlicek had those great hands to receive those passes, but Cousy made things happen and really set a tempo in the NBA as to how the fast break is supposed to be run.
They have announced that the last basket was ruled a 3-point shot. That was Eric Floyd. So Floyd now has 5 points, including the 3-pointer. So the score is tied 37. Still is after the miss by Aguirre.
For the East, number 00,
Robert Parrish, who was on the All-Star squad last year but hardly played, has come in now. Cheeks is way off.
That foul, nobody saw it.
You did. Carroll to Floyd, his teammate with the Warriors. Rolando Blackman. Joe Barry gets the rebound. Dribble it off his foot. More than 2 minutes gone by in the second period. Mark Aguirre to Blackman.
Rolando Blackman.
Yeah, Aguirre is a good passer, but that time I think Barkley had a little bit to do with knocking it to Blackman.
West 39, the East 37. McHale posting up against Kareem. Fall away.
That's the first time I've seen McHale intimidated. It's just the first time Abdul-Jabbar has played him on defense.
Jeff Malone. And there's Sleepy Floyd. Sleepy Floyd is making a living going down the middle. Almost in a coast-to-coast situation. And the West leading 41-39. And Eric Floyd now with 7 points.
They're playing him for the pass. They're opening up the gut of the defense.
Barkley misses a 3-pointer. And Joe Barry and Sleepy Floyd, a Warrior show right now. Aguirre has his shot blocked out of bounds. And coming into the ball game will be Alex English, representing the Denver Nuggets, as we take a timeout with 9:04 remaining in the first half. Special to Walter Davis.
You know, that's how insidious that drug problem is. I would have said that Walter Davis would have been the least likely to have been involved in drugs.
Joe Barry Carroll missing inside, knocked out of bounds. And it is still West possession as Alex English, as we told you going into the last break, has come in. Carroll and Abdul-Jabbar, two centers in the lineup at the same time. English lost it out of bounds. So Larry Bird, who's in there now, so let's check the rest of the lineup. It's Bird, Irving, Parrish, McHale, and Cheeks.
3 Celtics, 2 Sixers.
Looking inside to Parrish against Joe Barry. Robert Parrish is having his best year of his career without question.
I'd say Robert Parrish has been immense for the Boston Celtics in the defensive rebounding department.
Floyd tried to get in again. And we have a travel called. Floyd caught his own pass. Getting a breather right now is Akeem Olajuwon of the Houston Rockets, who are going to have to play without Ralph Sampson, who they say may come back before the end of the year with that cartilage damage to his knee.
And I think Ralph Sampson has some difficulties in coming back conditioning-wise, even though he might get back from the injury.
Julius in a crowd. Try to get it to Parrish inside, and Jess Kersey calls a foul. And it's on Joe Barry Carroll, and Julius Irving will go to the line.
First team foul of the
His
quarter.
popularity transcends the game.
For the
And
doctor.
there may have been other popular players in the game of pro basketball. He may be the most popular human being ever to play the game.
I'd say he, when he's in his heyday, and he's not too far off his heyday right now, I'll tell you. But what I remember about Dr. J when he would play is not only those spectacular dunks, but what it did to his teammates. I mean, when he made one of those slam dunks on the fast break, you could count on his team going to it for the next 5 or 6 minutes as hard as possible.
He has 9 points and is the game's high scorer. 43-41, the East leads. Alex English in and out. Rebound by Parrish. Looks for the doctor, McHale, and now Cheeks comes into play. The doctor! McHale, with those long arms, follows it up, and Michael Jordan shakes his head in amazement at the doc's moves.
Well, there was the teacher, and Michael Jordan was the student.
Alex English getting inside. McHale going after the ball. Nothing called. You know, Larry Bird said yesterday this game is more physical than a regular season game because they let you get away with more. Blackman will go to the line. He's fouled.
Well, the way they call a game for the officials, watch Dr. J now go up in the air, and he goes right around. He wraps around a player. Look at that. Lets him slide by. I mean, and that ball was still up there as soft as possible. And Kevin McHale says, with those long arms, I'm getting 2.
Michael Jordan, who is watching now, will come in and participate. The foul was on Bird, his second, and Blackman on the line. We talked about the reasons why the Dallas Mavericks are having a tremendous year. There's one of them.
I'll tell you,
Michael
that
Jordan
man,
replaces Cheeks.
Rolando Blackman, has been probably a premier basketball brain and a big player. He shoots over people, but nobody uses picks better to free himself to get his shot off than Rolando Blackman.
Brooklyn born, grew up in Panama. The East leading 45-43 with 7:20 to go in the first half. Bird saw an opening, went in, left-handed shot, and Larry Bird, who has 4 points in the game, gives the East a 4-point lead. Coming right back was Alex English, and it was off the side. It'll still be West ball. This game traditionally has been a high-scoring affair. The last time the winner had fewer than 120 points was 12 years ago. Blackman with 6 points.
Boy, did he come off that pick. Robert Parrish didn't know he was there.
47-45. Michael Jordan wide open misses. I think he has to have 3 or 4 people around him, Tom. Magic to Blackman. Parrish clears. 6:40 remaining in the first half. The East 47, the West 45. It's been a close game throughout. Bird. Short. Magic finds Blackman. 2 more. And the West has tied the game at 47. Game has been tied 10 times in this first half. And now the West can regain the lead. Magic behind his back. Now the Doctor on a 4-on-1. Only Kareem is back. And McHale gets the basket for the East. Quickly back. The West. They're opening it up now, Tom.
I'll tell you, that's fast break basketball, tempo basketball. Before it hits the floor, get the ball inbounds after a made basket.
And we told you Kareem and Akeem would be in the lineup at the same time, and that's what we've got for the West right now. We have a timeout, a foul on the West Stars, and we'll be back. Who would have thought, as we take a look at the rest of the Hall of Fame inductees, Rick Barry, Walt Frazier, Bob Houbriggs, Bobby Wanzer from the Rochester Royals, and they'll be inducted May the 5th. As Olajuwon hits the free throw, the foul was on McHale. Tommy, who would have figured with a less than 1/2 remaining of the second period that Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson would not have scored at this time?
Well, I don't think Magic is really trying to score himself. He's trying to dish the ball off and create opportunities for other people. That's the creator role that he's assumed in these All-Star games.
Jordan has a shot blocked by Rolando Blackman, and here comes Magic Johnson. Johnson, wide open was English. Bird picked him up. Blackman at the free throw line. Rebound by Robert Parrish, who's already played more in this game than he did all of last year's All-Star. Jordan in the crowd. On the scoreboard for the first time as 2 Sixers watch his act.
I think Michael Jordan was trying to do exactly the same thing, but you watch the defense by Blackman now as Jordan does get to the middle, but Blackman right on his shooting hand.
Coming off the pick, one of the things you said Blackman does so well, but Julius stays with him. Good first move to the hoop. Blackman gets the basket and draws the foul.
For a guard, Blackman has exceptional size and a very, very quick first step. So he blends a lot of physical skills, and that basketball brain side makes it all a big plus.
Blackman is the first player to go into double figures. He has 10 points, and all of them coming here in the second period. 11 for Blackman, 5:05 remain in the first half. The West leading 52-51. So the three-point play gives the West the lead. Julius leaves it for Jordan. Jordan hangs in the air. Akeem gets the rebound. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to the bench. They're going with a smaller lineup now, the West team.
Hey, Blackman does a fantastic defensive job on Michael Jordan.
Magic Johnson scores there, and that's his first basket.
He's forced to take that one.
4.5 minutes remain.
Right now, Michael Jordan is assuming the creator role, so he's not looking for his shot so much, but Rolando Blackman's got the long arms and the size to stay with Michael Jordan.
Moses Malone and Parrish in the lineup at the same time. And Parrish hits the high arcing jump shot. 54-53 West. Blackman is fouled by Moses Malone with 4:09 to go. Dominique Wilkins will come into the ball game for the East, starting his first game. He's third in scoring. He led the league last year. And going out is Robert Parrish.
Dominique Wilkins has assumed a new role for the Atlanta Hawks. Not only their prime scorer, but they're trying to make him a creator too, to find the open man when he's double and triple teamed, and he's responded to that challenge pretty effectively this year.
So the 5 players who started the game for the East are in there right now, and for the West, Magic Johnson and James Worthy and Akeem Olajuwon, and Blackman and English off the bench. 56-53, West in front. Jordan posting up against Blackman. Fine play by Blackman. Regained his positioning. They try to double. There's Dominique. Let's go. Great play by Dominique Wilkins.
That was like waving to your mother on a jet plane taking off at the airport.
Speaking of airports and airplanes, there's Magic Johnson. 58-55, the West. Their biggest lead was 4. The East's biggest lead was 6. Bird trying to find Julius. He said he'd do that. And runs into a brick wall by the name of Akeem Olajuwon.
Here's Dominique on a drive, and you watch how high up he goes. And he's up against Olajuwon, who's a pretty good leaper himself, but that kiss off the top of the glass, he's got the ability now to take the blow, Dominique Wilkins, and still make the shot count.
Foul was on Alex English. West with only 2 team fouls. East getting it out of bounds. Malone inside on Olajuwon. Those two have worked during the offseason for years. Stolen by Bird. Got it away. Magic wants to break. He's got Olajuwon and Blackman. Look at the doctor. He didn't want Hakeem to get an easy basket. He wasn't going to get an easy 2 even in his final All-Star game. No easy baskets. Timeout. We want to remind you, big event on CBS Sports Special.
Well, they call it a breakaway foul on Dr. J. Olajuwon had a clear path to the basket, and Dr. J got him from behind, so he will get 2 shots plus the ball out of bounds.
Missed the free throw. Julius has 3 personal fouls, but leads the East with 9. Rolando Blackman, red hot in the second period, is the game-high scorer. All of his 13 points scored here in the session. Olajuwon missed an opportunity to add to the West lead, but they'll get the possession out of bounds with 2:57 to go.
They're not waiting until the summer. Magic talking to Isaiah.
He went over to
saying,
Thomas.
hey, we're going to take it from you here.
Alex English. Turnaround, and Julius Erving. Loose ball. Magic. Talk about easy basket.
There's
What a
Isaiah.
smile he has. He's one of the symbols of this game, just the look on his face. 60-57 the West. They have lost 6 of the last 7. Malone, great move inside and draws the foul. Showed fine quickness, did Moses Malone.
That's the prime wide body of the NBA right now. A man that knows how to create space for himself, get that good low post position close to the basket, and then use the strength of his body to create an opening to get the shot off.
2 shots.
Alvin Robertson,
For Moses.
who started the game at guard for the West, comes back in. Malone, who now is playing for the Washington Bullets,
Alvin Robertson,
who are 3.5 games behind second place Philadelphia, and it's been the Moses and Jeff show for the Bullets so far this year. West lead is 1. They have the ball. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn at the Kingdome in Seattle. 37th All-Star game, Alex English. Worthy trying to keep it alive. Out of bounds, and it's still West possession. English has missed all of his 5 shots.
He usually has a feather touch.
He's always around the top scorers in the league.
2 minutes in the quarter.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Good move inside by Worthy. He went around Wilkins in one of the best moves of this game.
And what a shot he put in.
On the other side, Wilkins trying to come right back with it. Olajuwon, it's 4-on-1. Bird, the only defender. Magic Johnson to Worthy.
What a helpless feeling when it's 4-on-1 and the man with the ball is Magic Johnson. No chance.
West with the biggest lead they've enjoyed, 64-59, with under a minute and a half remaining in the first half. Jordan into Olajuwon, and that crowd oohed and ahed. That ball almost went in, but let's watch Worthy.
You watch Worthy with this real jet speed. A little head fake creates the opening on the baseline, but look at him leap and then shoot it off the glass with his left hand. I mean, that's thinking, too, when you caught him in the middle of a shot.
So Jordan, on Olajuwon's 3rd personal foul, misses the first, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Olajuwon, who goes out with 3 fouls. Jordan has scored 40 or more points. Well, you see it, 22 times this year. Averaging 37 on the year, and could have the highest scoring average in 23 years if he maintains that mark. West 64, the East 60. Worthy from Magic in a split second.
Dominique Wilkins got caught looking the wrong way, and the two Lakers, they run that play so effectively for the Lakers that you better watch out.
And the West has opened up a 6-point lead, and Casey Jones wants to talk things over with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining in this first half. Next weekend on
Full of the team coming out of that division if I were the Boston Celtics, because there is some power there.
We've seen a little power here, and we want to remind you that the Prudential at the half is coming up shortly. We have 1:02 remaining in a tight game. 6-point West margin is their biggest of the game. The East also had a 6-point lead early in the quarter. There was a glimpse of Detlef Schrempf of the Dallas Mavericks, who just missed out in the 3-point shootout battle with Larry Bird. You'll see highlights at halftime. Michael Jordan, with a fantastic move, has 5 points in the game, but he's just getting heated up. Out of bounds, last touch by Bird. West ball, and the West leading by 4. Here's the rebounding story this period, at a huge lead for the Western Stars. Kareem double, tripled almost. Wide open, Alex English. Kareem gets the tip-in.
Put that in your scrapbook. At his age, an offensive tip-in, a one-step offensive tip-in, boy. Great.
English was gambling for the steal. Jordan for 3 points. Missed. Julius saves it to Dominique. Dominique going after it, and Kareem to Worthy. Jordan is back. Worthy! 12 points for James Worthy, and he has been a wide open court star in this first half. And it's an 8-point lead for the West, the biggest lead either side has enjoyed. Julius finds Dominique. The basket is good, and a foul. Great teamwork with 2 outstanding players on the East.
You better get back fast on defense against this West, particularly if there's 3 Lakers out there, because stuff like this happens. I mean, that's the tomahawk in action.
And you know, you just stop marveling at that, and before you know it, you have Julius passing to Dominique for a nifty basket on the other end. And a 3-point play by Wilkins, and it's 70-65, and now Pat Riley calls a 20-second timeout to set up the last 7 seconds of this. 3:30. Final seconds being kicked off. 4 seconds. Magic out of bounds, and it's still West ball with 1 second to go. The last 14 points for the West have been scored by the 3 Lakers in the game. Worthy, Magic, and Kareem. Magic, and that'll do it. That's the end of the first half. Pat O'Brien will be back with the NBA All-Star Games at the half from the Kingdome in Seattle after this message. And Magic Johnson early, and of course Magic had 6 assists at the half, but the East is not one man doing all that.
Everybody's trying to assume that creator role for the East.
Bird did it there as Jordan on a good pass gets the basket. And it's 73-72 East, Tom.
The job of the creator is keep your head up, find the opening for the other players on the court, and Magic right now, look at that head up, trying to find it.
Worthy. Chambers crashing the board. Moses Malone, the rebound, and there's Larry Bird, basket hanging. And now the East have outscored the West 10-2 after the West had the halftime lead of 5 at 75-72. The East leads. 3 minutes gone by in the third period. Joe Barry Carroll, who's in the lineup now, replacing Akeem Olajuwon. Alvin Robertson leaves it for Magic. Worthy. The Laker teamwork is evident here.
They just know how to get open and find each other.
And Wilkins does it the other side, and he's fouled by James Worthy. The East is releasing early. Bird one time, Wilkins the other. But let's look at some quickness here.
Normal speed replay. And it's away on the left hand. I mean, you just don't know where he's going when he takes that first step. That's how quick it is.
Worthy committed the foul on Dominique Wilkins. Tommy mentioned he's expanded his game. He's a better passer and outside shooter this time.
you know, it's so difficult for a guy who has a lot of physical skills and is used to using them and overpowering other people.
Robertson 2-on-1. Good pass. He drew the defender and found Worthy all alone. Worthy with 16 points now as the game's high scorer. And a tie at 76. 13 ties in this game. Bird with an up fake. Chambers didn't bite. Julius against Magic. He's got it. Finger roll.
Julius Irving.
It's heating up, Dick.
And Julius very much part of this. 11 points. Remember what Larry Bird said. We want to get the ball to Julius in his last All-Star game as much as possible as Worthy loses it.
Players, really respect Dr. J, and I'm sure they'd like to give him their own special send-off by having him do well in this game.
That's the way they can do it. Bird doing it his best way. Hitting outside. He's in double figures. Chambers going up fouled.
33. Let's take a look at Alvin Robinson making something happen. And there it is. He just lifts and then lays down beautifully for James Worthy. I mean, that was a 4-on-1 opportunity. Larry Bird had them all. And believe me, with that type of ball handling, nobody can defend it.
Tom Chambers. Pat Riley said he would have been a starter for me anyway. And he said, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to sit Tom Chambers at the beginning of this game and have the crowd boo me. He started it.
He's coming into his own. A very versatile player. He's got some beef, he's got some size, and he's got some skills.
80-78 the East with the ball and the lead. Good feed inside. Malone in good position, and he's fouled. When you get the ball to Moses that close to the hoop, he's either going to score or get fouled. And Joe Barry Carroll commits the foul.
Nobody in the league right now knows how to use his body as well as Moses Malone in that low post area. I mean, he gets the best position of anybody consistently.
Has he done a number against his former club, the Sixers? Washington's 3-0 against Philadelphia this year.
I think he's not done it against his former teammates. I think he's done it against his former owner. I think the two of them didn't see eye to eye, and that's why he gets upset.
1 out of 2 for Moses Malone. The East leading 81-78. 7.5 minutes remaining third period. 37th annual NBA All-Star game. Dick Stockton, Tom Heinsohn here at the Kingdom. They doubled Carroll. He lost the ball. Malone took it out of his hand. Bird on the wing. Let everyone go by and hit the shot. He's getting hot now.
Made the defense drop. Was really trying to hit somebody for a layup that wasn't there.
Chambers comes back and hits the basket. And the Seattle crowd gives him a send-off as the East lead is cut to 3. Jordan with a tricky move. Julius for 3.
I mean, that's more important than Dr. J, that three-pointer, perhaps, than a slammer.
14 for Dr. J. He leads the East scorers. Chambers missing, and Alvin Robertson on a loose ball foul crashes into Moses Malone. It's 86-80 as the East have forged in front thanks to 4 for 4 shooting this period for Larry Bird.
How big this event has come is that there are 650 gentlemen and ladies of the press covering this event. And with me now is Bob Ryan from the Boston Globe. We call him the commissioner here. He's the senior press guy. Why is this game so important to cover, Bob?
Well, the game itself is, as everyone agrees, the showcase of athletic talent that alone among the All-Star games, the players can really play the game that they feel expresses their personality.
You guys will be voting for MVP. Who do you think is leading so far?
If it were taken right now, based on the first half, James Worthy would win, but I think it's wide open.
You guys really don't get any work done this week, do you?
Oh, sure.
Let's go back to Dick and Tommy.
One of the great experts in the NBA, Bob Ryan, who's been on the beat many, many years. And if anyone's going to find anything out about what's going to go on, Bob Ryan will. Pete Bessie of the New York Post and many of the members from the newspaper world. Since the West took the biggest lead in the game, 70-62, just before the half, the East has outscored the West 24-10.
Well, they're getting their style going. Everybody with their heads up on the East, finding the best opportunity to take the shot. Magic controlling the flow of the game here for the West.
Chambers batted away. Wilkins or Malone? It was Moses Malone out of bounds. Alvin Robertson made a good decision in midair to pass to Chambers. Jordan guarding Magic. Found the ball again and gets the basket. Magic Johnson
Gave an assist to himself. That's a first.
Winding down to halfway through this third period. Magic has 8.6 assists. Worthy, Bob Ryan's choice for MVP at this point, feeding Chambers, and a good pass by Worthy.
You know what's unusual about Chambers? As big as he is, boy, he's that third man up on the break. That's pretty impressive.
86-84. So the East with a big run open up a lead. West coming back. Malone and Joe Barry Carroll banging body. Julius swooping across the lane. He is making his last All-Star game one to remember to this point. 6 for 9 shooting for the Doctor and 16 points. And they're going to have a jump ball.
I got to tell you, Moses Malone had his two hands on the one arm of Magic Johnson.
Walter Davis replaces Robertson.
Walter Davis replaces Alvin Robertson for the West, and Cheeks is in for the East.
Now look at this. They got 3 guys around him, and Magic rugby match, and Magic is saying, somebody please see this. I'm getting hurt.
Jordan goes out. He scored 9. Worthy hustling all over the floor today. 88-84 the East. 5:20 to go third period. Off his pick is Davis. Chambers and Cheeks reaching in, also guarded by Bird. And the foul will be against Maurice Cheeks as Kevin McHale replaces Dominique Wilkins. More size in there now for the East as Wilkins goes out with 9. Mark Aguirre comes in for Worthy.
Kevin McHale for the East. 2 shots.
Well, they give up a little speed, but Aguirre gets it done in close to that hoop and from the outside.
So with McHale coming in and Aguirre coming in, it looks like that we're getting more of the big beef at this juncture of the game, and the East leading by 3. Tom Chambers representing the Seattle Sonics, 1 out of 2. Reggie McKenzie, former Seahawk and Buffalo Bill lineman. Julius, Cheeks, McHale, no basket. Foul before the shot. It's Joe Barry Carroll.
They are really searching out the best opportunity shot that the East Ball Club. And that's what's created the little lead that they have right now, but doing it very, very effectively.
Maurice Cheeks will be on the line. And we'll go over to talk with Casey Jones.
You know, I love Maurice Cheeks. I mean, there's a guy that goes out and plays absolutely tough defense. He's a jet. He's one of those guys that uses speed, but he does it, I think, more defensively than any other way. I'd hate to have been a guard and played against Maurice Cheeks because you'd never get by him. At least I wouldn't have.
Charles
Barkley comes in, replacing Bird. So right now there are 3 Philadelphia 76ers players in the lineup, and Moses Malone, an ex-Sixer, team with Kevin McHale. And it's 90-85. The East leads, just under 5 minutes to go in this period. Every member of the East squad is in the scoring column. Cheeks the last. Walter Davis. Rebound Moses Malone to Cheeks. It's got Doc and Barkley on the wings. Familiar faces. Cheeks try to get it to Moses Malone. Knocked away. Irving slowed up Davis. Magic tried to get it to his pal Aguirre and threw it away. 16 the magic number.
Let's see if some of these Sixers play it together.
That's probably why they're in there along with Moses Malone. Casey Jones says, I think he remembers those ex-teammates. The Doctor over Davis. And Julius Irving has 18 points and a round of applause from Robert Parrish on the East bench. And it's 92-85, the East. It's their biggest lead of the ball game now. East taking over here in the third. Carroll, foul going up with a hook.
Now that's the problem a young player has in developing a Carroll. He read the defense, tried to fake through it, and still somebody managed to get a hand on the ball. Even though he ends up on the foul line, he'll be thinking about that block shot anytime he plays against the man that blocked the shot, Moses.
With Kareem coming in now, Tommy, two centers, Joe Barry Carroll and Kareem are in there, so two big men up front, teaming with Davis, Magic Johnson. Rolando Blockman is going to come in and give Magic a breather. There's Bill Laimbeer, who is going in for Moses Malone, who has labored hard and has 13 points and 9 rebounds.
Well, Magic needs a blow, I'll tell you, because he's been running the whole show here for every minute he's been on the floor. But that's nothing new to Magic.
92-87. He'll be heard from. 3:40 to go. Alex English is the only player who has not scored yet. Barkley using his body against Aguirre. That's body against body, blocked by Joe Barry Carroll. Sleepy Floyd has his pocket pick for sure this time by Mo Cheeks. Cheeks to Barkley to McHale.
That's why I think Barkley is going to be a great player. He had a shot blocked, and then he comes up, and he kept his cool and made a perfect pass to McHale.
3:10 to go, third period. Carroll goes up, Barkley the rebound. East owning the defensive glass right now. Keep in mind they were out-rebounded after the half. Kareem is guarding McHale.
Not going to fake Kareem out, Kevin.
Laimbeer hits from the baseline.
What an asset Laimbeer has been to the Pistons with that outside shot, playing with a guy like Isaiah. Boy, it takes the center out of the defense. Got to go out and play Laimbeer. It makes it easy for Isaiah to penetrate.
Davis misses out of bounds, and they're going the same way. And of course, Laimbeer, one of the best defensive rebounders.
Here's Joe Barry Carroll blocking Barkley's shot. He spun right into the defense, and Carroll right there waiting on it.
Julius Erving is the leading scorer in this all-star game with 18 points. In Brooklyn, but he emigrated to Brooklyn, and in any event has, along with Derek Harper, has given the Mavericks a great 1-2 punch in the backcourt. 2.5 minutes to play in the third period. Abdul-Jabbar finds the open man, Joe Barry Carroll, who hits, and it's 96-89. The East had the biggest lead of either side in the game, 9 points before that basket. Isaiah Thomas beating Barkley, and a foul in there, so Isaiah Thomas checks back in, and Pat Riley trying to get the second win in 6 all-star game appearances.
I'll tell you, I truly respect this man. You know, you hear about a player coach. You know what epitomizes a player coach? It's a coach who doesn't use the press to try and motivate his players. Everything's kept within the family. He allows input with his players to help decide the game strategy, and he gets the most out of those players by that approach.
He's got them playing on a different level this year, when a lot of people thought that they would just fall back down after what Houston did to them last year in the Western Finals. It hasn't been that way.
You know, the other great thing, Dick, he admitted that he may have made a mistake by trying to pack the Lakers with a lot of big players when speed was his game.
Well, he needs better than 35% shooting for the West to come back in this game. It's 97-89 the East as we come down to 2 minutes to go in the third.
2 minutes.
Aguirre
2 minutes in the quarter.
missing, and Barkley comes out of the pack 3-on-2 for the East. Thomas goes back to Barkley. That one got messed up, but Cheek saved it. Laimbeer missed. McHale. Oh! Barkley. And the West was so intent on going the other way that they missed the offensive rebounding. And now they turn it over again. Cheek steals the pass, and Barkley goes up. No foul called. The court is widened up. Walter Davis buries a three-pointer for the West.
It's going to get him back in chunks, Walter Davis.
A 7-point game, 99-92 in favor of the East with 1:20 to play. In the third period, West led by 5 at halftime. Double teaming all over the place. Cheeks from the corner. We don't have to worry about the 24-second clock much in this game, do we?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Davis, deep pass, Aguirre in the foul, and Walter Davis has become a spark here in the late stages of the third period for the West Stars.
The East coming up with, well, let's take a look inside. It goes to Mark Aguirre for the layup. Walter Davis, really the off guard for the Phoenix Suns, but when he makes his mind up, he can find the open man as well as anybody.
2 players in the game have 4 personal fouls, Joe Barry Carroll and Akeem Olajuwon, both with the West.
Interesting right now, the East has two playmakers in there at the same time, Isaiah and Cheeks.
And one of them just fed Bill Laimbeer. Thomas to his teammate Laimbeer, and it's 103-95. Aguirre hits a three-pointer, and so the East is doing it with inside passing, the West with long-range shooting, and it's 103-98 with 40 seconds remaining in the third period. They've turned it up a notch. McHale from Thomas. Great passing by Isaiah Thomas. McHale with the basket, and it's 105-98. Floyd is fouled, penetrating.
I'll tell you, up that pass that Isaiah made, McHale only had a half a step lead on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's how finely tuned his passing game is, Isaiah.
And here's Sleepy Floyd. Joe Barry Carroll said the other day he was impressed with the way he has made a transition from off guard to point guard this year for Golden State. Now he finds himself an all-star.
I think he has all those abilities. However, he's got to develop the experience in finding and using the options and running a ball club. And that takes a little while.
9 points for Eric Floyd. 20 seconds to go in the period. 14 on the shot clock. It's a 5-point East lead. McHale on a pick and roll. Nothing going. 4 seconds on the shot clock. McHale. Kevin McHale. Never block his shot. 4 seconds remain. Floyd finds Davis. 1 second. It would have counted had it gone, but that is the end of the third period. The East leads by 7. They've turned it around here in the third period. And we'll return to the 37th annual NBA All-Star Game after this word from your local station. Third period, and there's the way the scoring has gone, the shooting has gone thus far.
And the West has come back with twin towers, Kareem and Hakeem.
Along with Davis, Blackman, and Aguirre. So 2 Dallas Mavericks are in there now. Olajuwon trying to get it to Kareem out of bounds, and they're going the same way. It's West ball.
I'll tell you, Casey Jones, you want to read about something very interesting, get his book Rebound, because this man has come back from failure, what he considered failure, to become one of the outstanding coaches in the NBA.
Sleepy Floyd missed the three-pointer, and then the rebound is put up by Walter Davis. And it's 107-102. So the West trailing now by 5. Thomas throws it away. At the conclusion of the game, Tom Heinsohn and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game. In conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $5,000 in the player's name to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund. And Commissioner David Stern will make the presentation. Bouncing off bodies inside, and Hakeem and Barkley. And it was Hakeem that went flying, and the foul, loose ball is against Olajuwon, and that is his 5th personal foul. Olajuwon has 5.
Well, I tell you, you never think a guy would foul out of an all-star game, but it could happen.
Less than a minute gone by. Alley-oop. Thomas to Irving, doesn't go. Ball hit the rim. Floyd to Davis. McHale. Got the rebound, inside of Hakeem. Thomas. This may be the period that Isaiah Thomas lights up.
Well, he is the man that can make it happen as a penetrator. You better get back and cover him up.
Eric Floyd penetrating, doesn't get the basket, but draws the foul as Tom Chambers reports into the game, and Hakeem Olajuwon goes out.
Foul of the quarter. Back in the game for the West, Tom Chambers.
Chambers is in there again. Tom Chambers, who started, has scored 16 points. Worthy also has 16. They're the scoring leaders for the West. Julius Irving, 18, and Moses Malone, 13, are the top scorers for the East Stars.
Well, it's still anybody's ball game here.
And a 20-second timeout. Floyd making both free throws. And a timeout, 20-second version. There is Commissioner David Stern on the left, and CBS Sports President Neil Pilson next to him on the right. And there is Casey Jones telling all these great men what to do. He's a perfect guy to coach an all-star team.
Because he gets along so well with the players, and he likes to have as much fun as they do. You know,
that he asked the players if how much they want to play. You know, and last year Robert Parrish did not want to play that much, and so he didn't. He makes the final decision, but he polls the players as to how much they really want to get in action here.
Well, they love him for it.
Minute and a half elapsed here in the fourth and final period. Isaiah Thomas, Barkley, and Irving in the perimeter. Three-point attempt by Barkley. And there's Thomas. Basket good and a foul. Yes. Thomas going to work, and his buddy looking on.
Magic says, get me back in the game. I want to get a little piece of that guy.
She'll be back.
Look. You know, they love to play against each other. You know, it becomes a mano-mano duel. Who can run the fast break better, Isaiah or Magic?
Thomas with 12 points and 4 assists gives the East an 8-point lead. Their biggest lead was 9 in the third period. Davis, a good fake. Good move by Davis. Malone went without the ball, but there was Barkley. Little elbow action. Unusual in an all-star game to see the elbows fly. Malone gets a shot blocked by Kareem. There's the relentless offensive rebounding. Moses Malone.
Vintage Moses Malone, Dick. Staying with it.
Floyd, foul. He has found the openings in this game as Eric Floyd. Timeout, 9:34 remaining in the fourth period. Still anyone's game.
Timeout.
First, they followed those blue lines, and they ended up right there watching this. Big building here, the Kingdome, Richard.
And the attendance, 34,275, the second largest crowd ever to see an all-star game. Indianapolis 2 years ago was the top. And a fine turnout. Floyd made 1 of 2 from the line. It's 114 to 105. And McHale now gives the East their biggest lead of the game, 11, 116 to 105.
What a perfect pass by Isaiah to Kevin McHale.
Big second half for the East, and they've taken the game away from the West. There's still enough time, but the West has to go to work. Blackman, wide open, hits the shot.
Blackman.
He has 15 points, Rolando Blackman.
And he's the guy that I would be looking for to heat up, because Blackman has had a great history in these playoff, all-star games.
Cheeks knocks it out of bounds. Will make it Thomas out of bounds, and English comes in.
Isaiah Thomas says, I know McHale has got a basketball brain. Look at, all I got to do is slip it along the baseline, and it's an easy 2. McHale, you better know what you're doing against him.
Chambers. Basket counts. A reverse layup by Chambers and a foul. 18 points for Chambers, and he is the leading scorer for the West All-Star.
What a drive here. He goes in, and for a big guy, that's a lot of great body control he's laying on Kevin McHale to kiss it off the glass. But Pat Riley says that Tom Chambers, the most impressive part of his game, as far as I'm concerned, is his speed and his agility.
So the score remains 116-109, 8:45 remaining. Moses against Kareem. Chalk one up for Malone.
Moses Malone.
Well, they're getting a lot of points out of the inside game, the East.
Malone has 17 points and 13 rebounds. Whistle and an offensive foul. Called against
Offensive foul.
the West.
Chambers.
Tom Chambers, that's his third. Only one player has 5 fouls. That's Akeem Olajuwon, who's not in the game right now. Here's a 3-on-2 for the West. Blackman. Floyd with a follow-up. And it's 118-111. After the East opened up an 11-point lead.
Where's Magic in this ball game right now since coming down the stretch? That's the guy that you would think that Pat Riley might put in.
Malone fouled inside. Well, you can be sure that we'll see 3 Lakers at the end of this game. Kareem, Magic, and Worthy. And KC may counter with a trio of Celtics, or at least 2 in McHale and Bird. That foul was on Kareem.
2 shots for Moses.
4 on him. And here's Moses.
I tell you, Moses, he starts getting better in the fourth quarter when everybody else tires out a little bit.
Well, Tommy, with 8 minutes to go in this game, it is not too early to start look to possible all-star MVP candidates as Jeff Malone replaces Julius Erving. Erving goes out with 18 points, and he has played an outstanding game in his final all-star appearance. Malone has 19, and so he automatically is a candidate, leading scorer in the ball game and double figures in rebound.
I tell you, he's been banging on the boards.
3-point attempt missed by Floyd, and there's Chambers. And Chambers has 20 points, and the hometown boy has a shot. 20 points for Tom Chambers of the Seattle Sonics. 7:35 remaining fourth period. 120 to 113 the East. Pick and roll, Bird and McHale, and Kevin draws the foul.
Foul Chambers.
Moses thinks he can do it all, right? You bet he thinks he can do it all. He tries to put it between the legs of Kareem to totally embarrass him, but he got him on the left heel. I mean, yeah, the left heel, and it knocked it off. Or else Dr. J might have had a layup.
McHale quietly has 15 points.
Yeah, would you believe it?
Well, the guy you've been looking for on the West bench has had a long rest, and Irvin Johnson is coming into the ball game. Magic has scored 8 points, and he'll replace Sleepy Floyd. And Floyd, with 14 points, has given a fine account of himself in his first All-Star appearance.
Sure was. He was poised, and he got the job done, made some nice assists, and scored some points himself.
The West trailing by 9. Blackman off the pick. Just the way you said it.
Magic knows, get the ball to Blackman. We'll get something going on the outside. He's hot.
122 to 115 the East. 7:10. A lot of time remaining. Bird setting a pick. And Thomas will take the shot. Tipped out, and there's Isaiah. And out of bounds. Isaiah tried to get it to Larry Bird.
Larry's mad at himself. He said, boy, I should have had that.
He sure is. All right, we're going to get the people who the coaches want to have in there coming in real soon. There's our story in the fourth period.
It will be a real challenge for the Celtics because they've been accused of using their first 5 for an awful lot of minutes. And that bench, it's got to produce on the road.
One of those road games will be against Kareem and the Lakers next Sunday on CBS. Kareem will get a second chance, but McHale and Moses are too much for him. As he adjusts his goggles, here comes the East Stars coming back.
Well, who knocked off his goggles?
Bird with a fake, misses the shot, and Akeem, who's playing with 5 fouls, is in there, along with Alex English, and English throws the ball away. So let's check the players. It's Isaiah Thomas and Jeff Malone in the backcourt for the East, and up front it's Moses Malone, Larry Bird, and Kevin McHale.
Boy, and they're going to the inside game, it looks like.
Yes, sure are. Moses Malone on a super throw from Isaiah Thomas. Now the West has Magic and Blackman in the backcourt, and Kareem up front with English and Elijah Wan. Magic will draw the foul and go to the line at 6:05.
Well, take a look at this pass on the inside. He's really looking down into McHale. He sees McHale is covered, but Kareem also had his attention on McHale. That left Moses wide open, and that's the creative type of thing that Isaiah can do. You know, Magic this season, Dick, has taken more of the offensive load on his shoulders for the Lakers than he has in the past, and hoping to spread it out and save Kareem a little bit. So we may see Magic going to the offense, taking his shots here in the fourth quarter a little bit more.
Larry Bird gets the hoop for the East. Bird now with 14 points. It's 126-116. 10-point lead for the East Stars. Blackman inside, and Moses quickly out to Thomas. 3-on-2 break. Jeff Malone finishes it off for the East Stars, and the biggest lead of the ball game for the East now at 128-116.
He dummied the defense. He waited till Malone got out there, looked him off, made the beautiful pass.
Well, the West made a big push late in the first half and took an 8-point lead, but the East has controlled the second half. They have their biggest lead with 5:33 remaining in the fourth period. Back here at the Kingdome in Seattle for the 37th annual All-Star Game, and the East is leading by 12. And a week from today, Tommy, will be the trading deadline. And a lot of rumors being thrown about. The Lakers are very much interested in Michael Thompson of San Antonio, but we understand that the Spurs want Billy Thompson, their fine.
Supposedly make a deal so far.
And a lot of clubs think that they can make the playoffs or do well in the playoffs or even win it all this year. They're going to be looking at the next week. Blackman called for the offensive foul. Turns it over at 5:27 remaining in this fourth period. And there is Kareem, 39 years old, the oldest All-Star in NBA history.
I'll tell you, what a marvel to be playing as tough as he is at that age.
East turns it over on the other end. And the West down by 12. Magic Johnson, their spark with Blackman, Worthy, Chambers, and Olajuwon, who's playing with 5 fouls. Chambers goes for 3 and hits it. That's a way to get some of it back.
Well, Olajuwon read the double team, and Chambers found himself open. Get that 3-pointer.
5 minutes to go. Malone try to draw something, a foul, anything. Jeff Malone in 3-point range. And Olajuwon clears the rebound, and a chance for the West to cut it to 7. Magic. Blackman. And almost had a chance for a 3-point play, but the ball didn't roll that way, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Olajuwon get that rebound and got it into Magic's hands. I'll tell you, Magic to me is going to try and make something happen, either by himself. If he's got the shot, he's going to be looking for it, or get it going on the break.
And Michael Jordan will be the next man to re-enter the ball game, and so will Dominique Wilkins. And here they come. Going out, Jeff Malone and Kevin McHale.
Return for the East. Replacing Jeff Malone.
4:42 remaining in the fourth period.
Well, let me tell you, there's some interesting stuff going on right now. They're trying to keep Dominique will probably try and stay with Worthy. But Larry Bird is going to have to beef up against Tom Chambers. So the rebound advantage may have turned in the favor of the West.
They need all the help they can get, trailing the East by 7. Thomas guarded by Blackman. Chambers on Bird, as you mentioned. Wilkins and Worthy matched up. They try to double up on Moses Malone. And Hakeem gets another big rebound. And now the West trying to cut it to 5. Rolando Blackman does just that.
When you defensive rebound and you get the good outlet pass, they're within striking distance.
But a pass to Moses Malone from Isaiah Thomas gets 2 back in a hurry. Chambers scores for the West. And it's blistering action now in the All-Star game. Thomas for the East.
Well, they're trying to wear each other out. Here's Magic coming back.
132-125. Hakeem. He's got it. Olajuwon finds Chambers, and he's fouled. Boy, has this game picked up pace dramatically in the past 2 minutes, and the crowd loves it. Moses Malone with the personal foul, and Tom Chambers, who deserves to be an all-star. Look at his numbers compared to Larry Bird this season.
Pretty close.
132-125 with 3:46 to go. A chance to cut it to 5. McHale comes back in. And Bird goes out. He has scored 14 points. Malone with 23, Moses that is the leading scorer for the East. Chambers has 26 for the West.
Well, that move was to give the East another low post option. McHale for Bird.
Nearly a steal by Magic. Michael Jordan controlling. 132-127. Last touch by Malone, and it's West ball. And this crowd very much in this game. And a chance to come back. It was a 12-point lead for the East. Hakeem. And it's now a 4-point game. 3-point, 132-129.
Well, Magic is making it happen. He's penetrating, and he's putting the ball on the glass, or he's passing it off.
Cut in big to the East lead. Once 12 points, now 132-129. And let's also look at the possible MVPs. Here's the way they were in the last 10 years. You see the Doctor won in 1977, one of his 2 MVP awards. And Isaiah Thomas 2 of the last 3 years.
And Magic has never won one, but maybe today.
Loose ball. And Thomas saves it in the backcourt. 6 on the shot clock for the East. Michael Jordan. Big basket. And it's 134-129, under 3 minutes to go.
But Magic's going to run it down their throat, try to create something.
Blackman, if it goes, it'll count, and he'll go to the line. And Robert Parrish has come in the ball game for the East All-Stars. So Parrish and McHale, 2 Celtics are in there now. And Blackman will shoot. The foul is on Michael Jordan.
The key right now is to try and slow up the West's fast break. That's why Casey Jones brought Parrish in. Give Moses a little break and see if Parrish can do that defensive rebounding.
The West has struggled from the free throw line today. Otherwise, this game would even be closer than it is. They have missed 8 free throws. 134-130. Again, a high-scoring game, and that's the way it is. And now offensive foul called against the East.
Offensive foul.
Looked to me like they were trying to work the McHale-Chambers matchup.
Michael Jordan committed the foul.
Second personal.
4-point game. Magic finds Chambers. And a push. McHale feels he got all ball. But a personal foul is charged, and Tom Chambers will go to the line to try to cut the lead to 2.
Little pick and roll. McHale has to protect a little bit. Here's Parrish coming over.
It was
looked to
Parrish.
me, yeah, looked to me like he got nothing but ball, but
Parrish, yeah.
not the way the officials saw it. That was good team defense. They shut down Magic's penetration and even got the Chambers on the roll part of the play.
And another miss. That's the 9th of the ball game. Look who's on the bench in crunch time.
And somebody's holding his hand in front of him, Dr. J.
Chambers has 28 points. He's 10 of 20 from the field. He is the high scorer in the ball game. 134-131. Jordan in trouble. And it was last touch. No. Jump ball. Magic and Jordan. That's a new dance step. Huh?
I didn't do it. That's the new step. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Look. Whoop. Couldn't hold on. It was you. It was you. It was you. That's a 2-step.
Magic and Jordan jump. Here's Worthy. 1-point game. The East leads by 1. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. And the foul. If it's on Olajuwon, he'll be out of the game. That will be a 6, but let's wait for the official call. It is not on Olajuwon. It is Rolando Blackman. And Thomas goes to the line to shoot 2, and the East lead at one time 12, cut to a single point.
Here's the challenge in this game right now. Do you have an inside game that you're confident enough with to go to? Magic get the ball to Olajuwon. The East has been doubling him very effectively. Hasn't been able to turn it loose inside. Or do you penetrate yourself right now?
Worthy. The lead is 3. Chambers cuts it to 1. 30 points for Tom Chambers, and he is a real MVP candidate. Playing in his hometown, starting because Ralph Sampson was hurt. Wasn't named to the All-Star team. Jordan with a great pass to McHale, but out of the pack comes Worthy. And a chance to give the West the lead. Offensive foul.
I mean, that's taking one right there. You wouldn't think Isaiah Thomas would step in front of James Worthy, but that's how important the game is to him. Man, you don't step in front of high flyers like that.
Tommy, I think showtime is over in this All-Star game.
You got it.
They want the W.
Pass off the jump ball. And I'll tell you, one bounce, it just sat up there perfectly for Worthy to take advantage. But Worthy, with that great speed, also made it happen.
Tommy, in 1966 in Cincinnati, Adrian Smith, an unlikely candidate, scored 24 points and won the Most Valuable Player award in an event he'll never forget, and in fact will go down in All-Star history. And right now, Tom Chambers is in that position, having scored 30 points, 14 this period, and a key full-court pass to Worthy for the last basket.
Well, the East has made some change. Larry Bird back in, along with Jordan, Isaiah, Moses back in, and Kevin McHale.
And the West has Blackman and Worthy and Magic Johnson, Chambers, and Olajuwon. 1:33 and 17 on the shot clock.
Watch him go for Moses.
Bird, top of the key, wide open. Rebound, Olajuwon. And again, the West can take the lead, but Jordan nearly snuffed that one out. The East by 1. 13 on the shot clock. Magic. Chambers blocked by McHale into the hands of Bird. And the West misses an opportunity to take the lead there. McHale. And Blackman can't get it down court. Now Magic with 49 seconds. Magic. And Hakeem is pushed out of bounds, and he'll go to the free throw line with a chance to give the West a lead, and it's been a long uphill climb.
I tell you, when you advance the ball that quickly, somebody's got to be open or there is a mismatch created, and that's exactly what happened. Isaiah had to end up.
And Julius Erving comes in the ball game, his last appearance, and Casey puts him in with 45 seconds to go.
Well, he's no stranger to clutch situations, either offensively or defensively. And he can make the big play either way for you.
Hakeem is 5 for 7 at the line, and we have a tie game at 1:36.
And now it will fall on the shoulders of Michael Jordan, more than likely, to run the show for the East.
And the West lead. 45 seconds to go. The East has one timeout. Julius gives the East the lead. 138-137. What high drama in the final minute of this game. Timeout called by Pat Riley. So the West, with Chambers, leads the way, and then Julius Erving in his last All-Star game gives the East the lead again.
I tell you, that particular ball game, right in the middle of a tough road trip for the Celtics with their bench in question. And right now, this ball game, I would say that you got to think about Olajuwon in the low post, but you also got to think of Orlando Blackman popping off some picks should the defense sag in.
33 seconds remain in regulation time, and there are 19 seconds on the 24-second clock.
Well, both Chambers and Blackman, good outside shooters.
And Julius playing all over Chambers. Blackman watched closely by McHale. They got enough time on the clock. Blackman puts it up, and he's hit on the arm by McHale.
Well, they did a great thing. They set up a pick situation so that McHale had to end up with Blackman going one-on-one.
What was Magic doing with Rolando Blackman over there?
He's trying to get him away from the officials so that a technical foul wasn't called.
He's 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Rolando Blackman, who has scored 22 points and an 88% free throw shooter during the regular year. That'll tie the game, and there are 24 seconds remaining. So the East could have the final possession, and Casey Jones calls a timeout, and this game is up for grabs. And an opportunity here to catch our breath a bit. Maybe you can too, and just consider what a tremendous weekend this has been. All-Star weekend in the NBA, which really is reaching gigantic proportions, capped by a great game. And the last one-point All-Star game was 1977, 10 years ago in Milwaukee, when the West won by a point. But you talk about Final Four and big events, this is right up there, Mr. Heinsohn.
Well, I'll tell you, the All-Star game has become such a thing for the players. Coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter, we have seen more of these games that I've done anyway that have been so close, and it couldn't be any closer than this one.
Blackman with a chance to give the West the lead, and the East is out of timeout. They used their last timeout.
And I don't think they wanted to call that timeout before Blackman took the second free throw. I think somebody made a mistake there.
He misses. The score's tied, and now the East, with no timeouts, can use the rest of this clock to try to work their way for the winning points. It's 138 all. Thomas. 10 seconds. Isaiah blocked by Akeem. McHale, fall away. It's good. The basket counts. Moses Malone. And 3 seconds remain. And Moses Malone has given the East the lead, 140 to 138.
There really was a desperation shot by Isaiah. He gets inside. You see the good block by Olajuwon, covered it with both hands like a goalie, but watch McHale, thinks he's under the gun, takes a real difficult shot, but guess who's there? Mr. Widebody.
25 points, 16 rebounds. Akeem got a hand on the ball. McHale took the shot. And watch Moses go to work.
And right there, used his body to keep Akeem away from himself so he could tip it in.
Both all-star career highs for Moses Malone. 25 points, 16 rebounds, and Pat Riley has 3 seconds to work with.
But it's not over yet, Dick. A lot of teams have plays that can score in less than 3 seconds. The key on this situation right now is to make sure you get the ball inbounded. What I think the East will try and do is force it way out so that they take a poor percentage shot. Don't let it get inside.
Well, you say a lot of teams have plays for this, and of course they only had one workout, so how much more difficult does it become?
Well, they all have some kind of semblance of the same play. Picking somebody to the ball to get them loose and another guy sliding to it. But it's all execution at this stage, and you're very right. Here you can diagram it, but maybe it won't work. They line 4 players up, and then we're going to have one of those guys come strong to the ball and another one maybe take off to the basket.
We got this lead here for the shot. We got Buck for the drive. If James is open, he goes and catches and goes to it. Outlet, you got to come to it. So Mark and James is going to be. You okay with it? Okay, I got rope under the floor. Yeah, and then you're going to go. Okay?
Going to have somebody come to the ball. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it wasn't Magic, and then have people post up in open areas. Magic will probably try and penetrate and hit an open man or take the shot himself if he's open.
For the East.
Walter Davis will inbound. 3 seconds to go. The East leads by 2.
And taking Moses on the inbound man, trying to force it way out.
And Blackman. A foul is called with no time remaining. And Rolando Blackman is going to go to the free throw line with no time remaining and a chance to send this game into overtime.
Well, they put the man on Larry Bird, saying that Blackman can get by Bird the forward, and here's Blackman coming into a whirl of traffic, and look at the foul he took.
He's fouled by Thomas. Again, another look.
There it is, a guard being defended by a forward.
9 of 11 from the line is Blackman. He needs to make both. going to overtime in this 37th annual NBA All-Star Game.
Did it, Rolando Blackman, under all kinds of pressure. You could see his face as the ball gets released. He's talking to it. He's talking to it. He's talking to it. And look what was happening before he took the shot. Magic is saying, hey, Isaiah, stay away from my man. I don't want you talking to him. Don't try and psych him. Get out of the picture. Stay away. And there it is.
A little hijinks in a fun game in which these players are having fun. And we have a 5-minute overtime session. The last overtime was in Denver in 1984 when the East won 154 to 145. They came on strong in the overtime session. 5 minutes. We're all tied at 140. It'll be Olajuwon and Moses Malone jumping. Hakeem has 5 personal fouls. Worthy controls for the West. He finds Blackman.
Boy, and he was standing there for about a 5 count before Worthy found him.
Blackman has 27 points. Moses posting up Hakeem. Nearly tied the game up. Magic coming down with it. 4 on 3. Worthy.
As the fast break in action, get the ball quickly up the court. You put all kinds of heat on the defense.
The 2 Lakers that time. 144 to 140. Bird inside, fouled as Isaiah Thomas thread the needle again.
34.
Foul is charged to Hakeem
And Hakeem Olajuwon has fouled out of the ball game. That is his 6th foul. So Pat Riley is going to have to go to his own center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as Hakeem fouls out with 10 points and 13 rebounds.
But I'll tell you, the East was trying to work Moses Malone to either take advantage of the fact that Olajuwon might foul out, but more importantly, maybe to hope that he would play soft the defense and not trying to foul out.
2 shots for Larry Bird. Bird looking for his 16th point of the game. Keep in mind that the East has won all 3 previous overtime games, including that 1984 affair in Denver. 2-point game, West in front. Thomas.
The West has a great man to go to now, is Kareem.
Chambers with a follow-up. Magic drove and Chambers with 32.
Well, Magic saying, I'm going to do it one way or the other. I'm either going to pass for it or score it myself.
Jordan has a screen from Bird. Bird now posting up away from the hoop. Thomas has Moses Malone, double team. Good defense by the West. Bird, foul. Big offensive rebound for Chambers the other way.
When Magic drives to the middle, there's a little pick. McHale has to respect the penetration, but Chambers knows right away nobody's even near him, so he's coming hard on the rebound.
Meanwhile, Tommy, the West defense has been outstanding lately, but Kareem now has picked up personal foul number 5, so he's in danger of being disqualified.
But, you know, at a certain point in the ball game, as we look at Wilkins come in, Dick, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a creator, too, on a set offense. If you get the ball to him and they start double-teaming him, he'll find the open man, too.
146-144 the West. Off the screen, Blackman.
That Riley's enjoying it, right?
29 points. He wants to win. No more Mr. Nice Guy, said Pat yesterday. Jordan. Malone tips it in. Moses now with 27 points. Interesting, in the East lineup, they really have only one guard in there, in Michael Jordan. It's Bird, McHale, Moses Malone, and Wilkins along with Jordan. Kareem, sky hook, in and out. And it hit the stanchion underneath. Let's see who touched it last.
Well, that's not a bad guy to go to in your set offense, because he's been in these situations before, Kareem, and he's either going to get the shot or he's going to find the open man.
Under 3 minutes to go. 148-146 the West. Chambers gets 2 more.
Now, Magic says the pick and roll play, Chambers is setting such a good pick that Magic's getting right into the teeth of the defense, making McHale adjust.
34 now for Chambers. Whistle and a foul. Chambers winds up on the court and a pushing foul. And the doctor comes back in.
Foul charge to Chambers.
Chambers commits the foul, and he has 5.
Third team foul.
McHale sits down. Julius Erving replaces him. So it's Wilkins, Jordan, Irving, Moses Malone, and Larry Bird. A smaller lineup, if you will. Bird for 3, short, air ball. But there's Moses. No foul. And Moses is elbowed down by Kareem. Let's see who they call it on. A loose ball foul, and Kareem's goggles wound up under his nose.
You just watched them battle for the boards. I mean, Moses stays with him, gets the ball, now comes back, and Kareem is trying to take away that power move back to the hoop, blocks the shot, and Moses now saying, hey, wait a minute, and he took one in the gut right on the number 4.
Foul was on Wilkins. 4-point lead for the West with 2:14 to play. Overtime. Kareem.
That's the man I'd be going to down the stretch if I was the West.
And a timeout. 2:02 remaining.
Jay ends up with Kareem, and Kareem said, that's nothing as far as I've seen bigger guys than you, and a little cram shot. What a move.
And the reaction of the West bench to the stuff by Kareem. Remember when we started this game a few hours ago and everyone was having a lot of fun?
Oh, a little happy, little celebration time in Seattle. A party's going on, and now it's getting down to crunch time.
We have seen one, and Rolando Blackman hit 2 free throws with pressure on his shoulders with no time remaining to send the game into overtime. And Kareem, after Olajuwon fouled out, has come in big here for the West. All sorts of heroes, and it's going to be very difficult to pick an MVP in this game.
2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes to go in overtime. The doctor hits, and it's 152-148 in favor of the West.
Boy, Dr. J has come into his own with that outside shot this past season.
22 points in this game. Moses on Kareem. There's the hook. Kicked out to Worthy. New clock.
No double teeing on Kareem. He'll take the shot. You double him, somebody will get an open one.
Minute and a half remaining in overtime. Chambers. Kareem and Worthy. James Worthy gets the basket, and he has 22.
And the East does not have enough rebounding people in there to help Moses Malone on the board.
Out of bounds, East ball. Robert Parrish.
McHale on the bench. Lambier on the bench. Moses has had to do all the rebounding.
Highest scoring game in All-Star history. Malone did everything but get the basket. And the West in control now as we wind down to a minute to go. 154-148.
Watch this pick and roll again.
Magic looking for Chambers, who didn't roll. Here's Magic. Out of bounds, West ball. He fouled out Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well,
but Kareem has come up and picked up the slack.
The only other big guy to help on that pick and roll play on the boards is Larry Bird, and he's been switching out to take Magic Johnson, so Moses had to do all the rebounding by himself.
18 rebounds for Malone, the most since Dave Cowens cleared 20 back in the 1972 game. Under a half a minute and 4 seconds on the clock. Blackman didn't have enough on the drive, and now the East coming back. Dominique Wilkins will go to the line and shoot a pair, and a chance to bring the East to within 4.
Charge to James Worthy.
Great ending to a great All-Star weekend here in Seattle, an overtime game.
Penalty.
And the West within 21 seconds.
2 shots for Dominique Wilkins.
of beating the East in the All-Star game as Wilkins misses the first free throw. The last time the West won was 2 years ago in Indianapolis.
I got it.
Kareem will inbound. Magic gets it to Kareem. 10 seconds. 5. And they foul in desperation with 5 seconds to go. And the man who sent it to overtime can wrap it up. Boy, they wanted this one, the West.
I tell you, I love to watch Magic play in an all-star game. You know, he may never win an MVP award, Magic Johnson, but he creates all the great things that happen for his teammates in this game.
Final seconds. Pat Riley will have his second all-star victory in overtime. Final score, the West 154, the East 149. What a game, Tommy.
I'll tell you, the excitement in this game coming down the stretch in that fourth quarter couldn't have been better. And I think both coaches did an excellent job of keeping each team within bounds of reaching each other while they were making all those substitutions.
Tom Chambers of the host Seattle Sonics scored 34 points. Moses Malone had 27 points and 18 rebounds. The West has won the All-Star game here in Seattle in dramatic fashion.
Basketball player in the world for today is Tom Chambers. And here's Commissioner David Stern with a presentation.
Simply congratulations to you and to the city of Seattle. It was a great game. Congratulations on being the MVP.
Bob Toledo from the Miller Brewing Company, Vice President, has a presentation as well. Bob?
Tom, on behalf of the Miller Brewing Company and Miller Lite, congratulations for winning today's MVP award. And in your name and on behalf of Miller Brewing Company and Miller Lite, we will contribute $5,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund. Congratulations.
Thank you. Tom, you can pick up the trophy if you want. It's yours. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams, I guess he didn't. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that this would happen in your home city?
I never ever thought it would happen. This is something that you dream about and dreams are made of, and I can't believe it happened to me. I'm just so grateful today. It's super. I appreciate this opportunity, and I'm glad Rolando hit those free throws.
Well deserved. Congratulations. Let's go back to Dick.
Thank you very much, Pat. The highest scoring game in All-Star history. The hometown man made good for Tom Heinsohn and Pat O'Brien. Dick Stockton saying so long. From the NBA All-Star game, the final score, the West 154, the East 149. Next Sunday, Celtics and Lakers. And don't forget Sports Saturday next week.